Hello guys, in this video we'll be using the number one player's deck. The number one player currently is this guy and he's using Hog EQ with the Queen. I'm not quite sure how good this deck is after the Champion rework where you can no longer 3-card cycle. So the EQ cycle is probably no longer going to be as strong as before. But we can get multiple queens down with multiple abilities, so it's better in that sense, but we just see how this theme will play out. He has a Musketeer in the Bomb Tower, so this could be the Bloon Cycle deck. It looks like it is. So let's just pop our Queen ability to kill the Bloon. Hopefully we take no death damage. So this matchup is really annoying because you're just gonna Ice Golem Bloon, and then eventually in double life, he's gonna have the mind to support it, so he's gonna get guaranteed damage. So we're gonna try to break through here. He does have the bomb tower, so we can have our EQ ready. He's not gonna play it. It's not worth to play it anymore because it's not gonna get any more damage. But we could log to cycle for damage. Actually, wait, let's just EQ because it does more damage than a log. And it's single elixir, so we won't get punished too heavily here. Let's Yalatis to BPS down the Ice Golem, and then we can use our Queen's ability here. He doesn't have Snowball, so he won't get any damage here. And let's split it 1 and 3. That's what I like to do with my Royal Hogs, because one Royal Hog can tank for the Queen. And that's lets the Queen to get more value here. We get our ability back here, so we should get a little bit more damage. The Snowball lull is really annoying, but we do get a couple more hits in. He gives us the well played. That was pretty well played by us. Let's log for cycle and some chip damage, and then we can cycle our skeletons, split it. Let's use our Queen here is a little bit risky because he could go in our right side, but I'm just hoping that he plays a right to our Queen. I'm fine with that play. Let's use the Queen's ability to help BPS down the miner. Sorry, I had a brain freeze there because he just placed down his Evil Musketeer to snipe down our Queen. Just gonna go in with another. Let's pop our ability to DPS down the balloon, and then we can just log to kill this Musketeer. We still are barely scraping by with no tower shots yet, with no balloon towers. Let's cannon to in a way where we hit the Musketeer, and then we can use our Royal Delivery to kill it down. He got Snowball in pretty late. We're gonna have to lock to kill the Musketeer here. Okay, barely killed it. He could be trying banging us with the Queen there with that Ice Golem. So we're correct in waiting with our Queen. This matchup would typically be really difficult with the old champion. It's because he can out-sacro our Queen really easily. But in this matchup, with this new rework, we always have our Queen in hand. He tries sniping our cannon with Musketeer, with the Evil Musketeer there. Hopefully I didn't misplay the cannon. It looks like I did misplay the cannon. But our Queen comes in clutch here. We made a mistake this game. A single mistake, but hopefully it's not too costly. Okay. He has the evil skeletons instead of the evil Snowball. I do think the evil Snowball will be better for him in this matchup because he can snowball our Queen. But luckily he only has the evil skeleton, so we do take the first win here. We just need to cycle a couple more EQs. Let's use our Royal Delivery just for safe measures, and then we should take the first one easily. this habit to our next game. Alright, we're in our second game here against a demon. Currently I'm in League 4, which is around halfway to Ultimate Champion. The games are getting a lot harder. I lost a couple of games earlier already. 2 days now my day. Either Clash Royale players gotten a lot better recently, or I'm really just washed now. But hopefully just playing these couple of games, it gets me back up to my previous level where we can push the top 200. Let's pop our Queen ability here. And then let's use the Skeleton to tank for the Dark Goblin, and then we can split our Royal Hawks for the counter push. He's gonna have to mortar here, and then he barbaros our Queen. So we should beat up a lot of elixir here. Let's wait to see what he does, otherwise you can cycle our Ice Spirits. We have our Ice Bear ready. Let's just Ice Bear the Barbarians, and then we can lock this cycle. For some tower chip damage. We can cannon to defend this. And then we can Archer Queen in the back for his Skeleton King. You might have mentioned already, the Skeleton King is a really good champion this season, especially with the new rework. You can get so many skeletons down on the field. We get a Royal Delivery just for the ability, for this King's ability, and then we can lock to clean everything up here. So he's playing an interesting mortar deck. We do have the EQ for the mortar, so I'm not too worried. Unless he has the evil mortar. If we let the evil mortar connect, it's going to be a pretty big problem. Let's cannon up high here to deal with this evil. The evil still gives him so many skeletons. Let's Ice Sphere to the left like this so it can tank for a couple shots from the evil mortar. We do get our Queen's ability in time so we can DPS down the king. And then let's log this for tower chip damage and to clean up the rest of his push. Let's Ice Sphere up here. And then he's gonna try to go in with a pusher with the mortar, so we're gonna try to pressure him. We timed that pretty perfectly. We're gonna have to EQ that. If he pops the ability here, we can just low log. Oh, sorry guys, that was my timer. I have to go to a meeting pretty soon. But I still have for a couple more games. Let's pop our Queen's ability because it's gonna force out another thing for him to defend. Let's log for some more tower damage. And then we're gonna have to Royal Delivery this side. Cycle back to another log. Let's pop the Queen's ability here. And then we're gonna have to EQ this so we don't eat too much damage. This is what I'm talking about with the Skeleton King. He got 2 abilities down in a row and gave him just so many skeletons. He's probably gonna fireball this. Okay, he did it, so we can pop our Queen's ability and clean up his counter push here. Let's Royal Delivery and then cannon up high for his... Okay, well. Okay, good thing in Kaida. I thought that was we're gonna have to log this. It's giving him so many skeletons. Let's Earthquake to kill the mortar, and then we didn't get our ability down in time, or even if we did, it would have died to the Barbaro. Let's use Royal Hogs again, and then let's just use our log for some more power damage. We can EQ here as well. We're in triple elixir, so we're not too worried on a preserving elixir here. Let's use the Queen's ability, and then we can log and EQ to healthily kill off the evil mortar, and then we should take the second win here. Nice, we do take the win here, and I'll see you guys in the next game. Alright guys, so we're in another game here against Say. That says cycle, okay, that's a perfectly timed Ice Spirit. Let's use a Royale Hawk to push back a little bit so it doesn't get hit, and then we can Earthquake the Tesla. He also has the Royal Delivery Wall Breaker deck. I'm not quite sure what deck he has, but we do know he has the Wall Breaker, so we can be a little bit careful here. Let's just log for more chip damage. And then we can cannon here. I placed on the cannon a little bit slow, so I did let the drill lock onto the tower. But he just spent a lot of elixir, especially with that poison. Since he uses poison, we can Archer Queen in the left lane to do link block a little bit. Let's have our log ready for the wall breakers if he decides to play it. But recently, this whole game been about tower damage getting chit, so that's why they nerf a lot of spell damage and... Oh wow! Our Archer Queen locked onto their Archer Queen, which is perfect for us. And then let's Royale Hawks, we can Skeletons for his, and then we can get our EQ ready for this Tesla. He plays a high Tesla, so we're just gonna have to EQ without hitting the tower, but we do get some Royale Hawks hit in there. He might have his next drill ready. This is Ice Bear, so we don't... Unfortunately, we used the Evo Ice Bear, but we don't want to take any hits there. That would be pretty devastating. We did time our cannon perfectly this time. Did you guys place out your cannon before they place on the drill? It will... the Goblin that's false will lock onto the cannon. Usually, I like to play it in the front of the tower, because that's where most people place on their drills. This time he has the evil Tesla, so I'm not going to bother using my Earthquake here. Let's Archer Queen up high to help DPS down the Knight. I don't want him to have a tank for his drill. And then we can just cycle our log, and we get back to another Royale Hawks. And then we can just preemptively EQ here for his Tesla. And that should get us a little bit of damage. We can Skeletons down low, and then cannon here in the usual spot. He did switch off his placement here, but the reason why people don't place it out in that position is it's easy to catch. We're gonna have to Royal Delivery for the wall breakers and the Knight. Perfect defense. And then we can use our Royale Hawks here again. These foresees the Queen's ability, so we can kill this Queen pretty easily now. He might get a nice Poison Valley here. I shouldn't have placed it down low. But we should clean up everything here. We're just gonna EQ now to cycle, and then we can use our Royale Hawks. He is gonna Tesla, but... Okay, he's forced out to use the Tesla and the Royal Delivery, so I'm fine with that tray. Let's just cannon like this, because he's gonna place on his drill. So he places it down low this time, so let's just Ice Bear a lock to clean the rest of that up, and then we can throw another EQ onto the tower for more chip damage. This Queen up higher this time, so he can't just poison everything. He might still... Okay, I'm a bot, guys. We're gonna use our Royale Hawks here to tank for his Queen, so our Queen can finish it off. This player Skeletons in the back again, just a cycle and for possibility of another drill. So we get our cannon down, so then... Oh my god, guys. I'm choking. I mistimed my log there, which allowed him to get a connection. Well, hopefully the mistake wasn't too costly. I placed on the drill at the same time he placed on his... Oh my god, I should have logged. This is a really close game, guys. He gets his Tesla now in time, but I did cycle another EQ, and we should take the win here. Our poison does not do enough damage, and we take the win here. So guys, that's the last game for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully in the next video, I'll be showing me at Ultimate Champion. Thank you guys, and have a nice day. Bye bye.